Hello my friends, welcome to the start of a very special reading vlog. I've been anticipating this book for some time. After reading The Starless Sea, I really wanted to check this one out because this is another favorite among many. And I think as much as I love The Starless Sea, I think I will love this book as well. And that book is none other than The Night Circus by ERIN Morgenstern. This is actually my book club pick for the month of November. But I just really loved The Starless Sea and just like the writing and just the prose that ERIN Morgenstern kind of included to make it really kind of atmospheric and immersive, and just like the whole story in general. Like, I just loved it. And I think I'm going to love this one just as much. So what's going on in this one, there's this mysterious circus that appears just out of nowhere, and it's only open during the night, and it's called like the Circus of Dreams. And there's two kind of rival magicians that they have a competition between them that is very deadly, because I believe one of them is going to die at the end of this competition, so they lose. So it's pretty high stakes, and I think along the way they're going to develop a little bit of romance between each other, and just there's going to be that writing that we know was all present in The Starless Sea. So I am really excited to pick this up. But the little bit that I did read this morning at breakfast, it's already set in the stage. See what I did there? Set in the stage. I'm not too far in, I'm only about like 20 pages, so not much. But it's introduced Celia and the competition that's kind of going to play out through the rest of the book. But I'm really interested to see how this kind of high stakes romance starts to form and see what mysterious things go on at this night circus. So I'm really excited. Today is going to be a pretty chill day. I just got to do a couple different assignments, and then I really want to bake some banana bread, because if you saw my last vlog, I didn't get the chance to. But that is going to happen today. And I'm also going to finish watching Shang-Chi on Disney Plus, because I got about halfway through that and I'm loving that. So I'm really excited to finish that, make some banana bread, and just go about my day reading The Night Circus. So I hope you're all looking forward to watching me explore and journey through another great book, I hope. It's time to get this banana bread going. Got my really ripe bananas, and I got a movie planned, so let's get this going. And it's ready to go into the oven. Hopefully this doesn't turn out terrible. It is complete. It might look a little burnt, but it is somewhat soft. I will give you a taste test here pretty soon. I also did a little bit of reading of The Night Circus while I was eating lunch. It's just getting better and better already. Like, I'm not even 50 pages in, I'm already loving it. That might be a little bit early though to be calling shots. It might be pretty early to be saying that, but I could just tell by the writing that deep down I feel it. Hello friends, good afternoon. I had a little taste test of that banana bread, and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't half bad. I was a bit worried because I tried a new recipe, but it turned out chef's kiss. I enjoyed this new recipe, and it'll be the one going to the cookbook. I also finished Shang-Chi, and I loved it. I'm very interested to see where this new Avenger will come into play in the coming movies. I don't know when the next Avengers movie is planned, but they've got a lot of movies coming out very soon that I want to check out. I need to watch Black Widow. I still haven't watched it, but I loved everything about it. The only thing I didn't like, I was kind of expecting and hoping for a little bit of more like character growth and character kind of seeing them grow. It seemed like Shang-Chi was just kung fu master and everything. I was hoping to see him train a little bit more, but still, it was great. I loved it. Just the new setting, the magical kind of abilities and stuff that was used, just loved it. But I also read some more of The Night Circus, and it just keeps getting better. It's kind of sad to see how Celia and Marco kind of had similar upbringings. Like, Marco was kind of raised in isolation, didn't get to see anybody else, and then Celia was kind of abused a little bit. Like, her father was very harsh on her. And I'm very interested to see how, like, it'll continue. Like, it's jumped now to, like, where they're 19. I believe they first met, and that's where I'm at right now, and they shared a little smooch. So, it is getting just, it's just reminding me so much of the Starless Sea, and I love that so much. It makes me want to reread that. But that is kind of the reading check-in. I think I'm gonna go put a cheesy rice and broccoli hot dish in the oven, get that going, and then just read, because I got all my stuff done. Well, most of my stuff. Put off a lot of things, but I got most of my stuff done. And just read and chill. That is all for this little check-in. And dinner is complete. I must say that I'm proud of myself with this one. This one was somewhat a piece of art, a masterpiece. A chef's kiss. Call me Ratatouille out here. Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. I woke up to a beautiful sunrise. These last couple days, it's just been beautiful. But I'm going to eat breakfast, go to class, and then I'll give you a little bit of a reading check-in for this book, because me and Izzy know that it's just been a blast, and I've got a lot of things to say. Just got back from my Global Revolutions class, and I think it is time for a reading check-in for the Night Circus. And it has been just a blast. I love how she's kind of going more in depth with like the history behind the different characters, like Celia and Marco explaining how they were trained and how they're kind of putting together this night circus, this circus of the dreams, and just explaining the history behind it as well, like the different investors and people coming together to put it together, put everything, find the attractions, get the different acts together, and just putting it all together. And I like that. Like, a lot of people probably won't like that, but just like the initial build up for like setting the stage for this circus, I've really been enjoying. And then along the way, just like in the Starless Sea, she's starting to include like little short stories and like little side plots along the way of just that involve the circus in some way. And I'm already starting to kind of connect the dots and kind of piece it together this early on. I think I'm only about like 150 pages in, and I'm starting to piece together things in, but I'm very interested to see how this kind of competition kind of takes off and when it starts to get deadly. Right now it's kind of been Celia doing all the kind of illusions and everything, and then Marco kind of doing things in the background, kind of getting the circus together. So I'm very curious as to where like Marco's kind of magic will come into play. And that's another thing. I gotta say, if the world had magic in it, it would just be a better place. I've seen this in this book alone. It would just be a better place. And the writing is just as good as the Starless Sea. Like, I really feel like I am a kid again, going through the circus, seeing all the different acrobats. Like, even just going into depth with like how the clock works, it's just been, and all the lights, it just makes me feel young. And that's all I gotta say about it. But I'm going to eat lunch real quick, or read some more, and then I gotta do a little bit of editing this afternoon, and then just read some more. So that is what the plan for the day is. Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. It is freezing cold. I think the high is going to be 40 today, and the low is going to be 16 tonight. This is going to be pretty cold. So I'm wrapped up in my Marvel blanket, and I'm too stubborn to start the heater, so I'm just going to freeze to death. But I thought I'd give you a little bit of a reading check-in before I get busy with classes and everything going on. The Night Circus has really started to pick up now. In the beginning, it was just kind of like explaining how the circus was made and what performers and acts were kind of put together. And that was what really made me feel young again, just like exploring the circus and understanding how it kind of came to be and what all was put into it. And now it's starting to pick up with the competition between Celia and Marco as they're trying to just like top each other and add new things to the circus. And just as well as kind of when they add those things, like you get other chapters that kind of explore them, and then that's what makes me real young again. But then there's just also this aspect of the other kind of collaborators that put together the circus, and the other performers are starting to notice that things are pretty strange, and there's something else going on with the circus. And that's about all I can say without spoiling things. And then there's also a split timeline set in the future following Bailey, and I think this is what is going to piece together everything in the end, because there's only like a chapter or two in each part with Bailey, and he's kind of like, he plays a big role in the circus, but through his chapters you just learn more about the circus and how he might be playing a role with it. So I think he will come into play later on in the story when everything is rising and heating up. I'm really interested to see when kind of the romance will kind of kick off, because Celia just found out who her competitor were, who Marco was, her competitor. So like before she didn't know, so now that she knows, maybe the romance will still spark a little bit. I'm still pretty early in, about like 250 pages, maybe 300, I don't even know. I'm just fried from school. But I also finished In the Heart of the Sea, the tragedy of the whale ship Essex. And that wasn't too bad. It got really gruesome towards the end, but it got really gruesome there towards the end when the author described what the crewmates had to do to survive, and that being cannibalism. They ate each other. Several of the different paths that they took, they were kind of separated in their boats, and they each had a similar situation with not having food, and they kind of ate each other. It was just very interesting to see how the author kind of connected everything. He did his research and figured out how it kind of connected to Moby Dick, and it was crazy to think that, or just hear that Owen Chase's son actually was a part of a crew on another whale ship with the author of Moby Dick. So, and he told him the tale of Owen Chase. So that's kind of how the author got the inspiration to write the Moby Dick. But I thought it was very interesting. It got really kind of boring towards the end when he was just kind of describing the homecoming once they got back, and then just afterwards, and then the history of Nantucket. After that, I just felt like it was just dragging on. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. It was better than I remembered reading physically, that's for sure. And I forgot that I have the actual adaptation with Chris Hemsworth, Tom Holland, so I might have to check that out and see what I improved, because I watched it a while ago and I did like it, so I don't know if my feelings will change, but maybe I should do that. I've also started The Huntress by Kate Quinn. This was a book my sister recommended a while ago, and I'm just now picking it up, listening to the audiobook. Just getting started, I'm not that far in, but it has caught my attention so far. I like how it is a different take on historical fiction. This is actually set after the events of World War II. I feel like a lot of historical fiction that I've read take place during World War II, so it was very interesting to see a different take afterwards. But so far there's been 3 perspectives. We have Ian. I had to pick it up just for that reason. He's an old war correspondent who kind of left that job to hunt old Nazi war criminals, and he wants to find this mysterious ERIN, which is the Huntress, and she did some bad things during the war, like killing children, so he just wants to find her. That is his only life goal, and he's on the hunt for her. And then the other one, Jordan, she's kind of set in the future, and her father has got a new fiancée, and it might be this mysterious woman, and Jordan's kind of trying to piece together everything and learn more about this new woman that has kind of walked into her father's life. And then there's also Nina, but there hasn't been that much kind of given about her yet. I've only got 1 chapter with her, but she had a rough childhood. Her father was abusive. He drank a lot. He was an alcoholic, and he just kind of abused her. So she had a rough childhood, and she lived on the edge of Russia, where it was very cold. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm hoping that it'll get more into this kind of mystery and hunting down the ERIN. So I'm really excited for that. But other than that, that is my reading check-in. I've got to get busy with classes. I got to do a couple papers and then just chill and read more of the Night Circus. So that is the plan for the day. Good morning, my friends. Guess what came in the mail yesterday? Our violent ends. I've been waiting for this for some time. Ever since I finished that last book, I've been waiting to see how it ends. Thankfully, this is only a duology. But I loved how Chloe Gong kind of took just the Romeo and Juliet kind of retelling and added like a little bit of fantasy and paranormal aspect to it. And I really enjoyed that first book. And ever since finishing it, I've been dying to know how it ends. So I will definitely be picking up this very soon. If not this month, next month. But other than that, today is Thursday, so I have a busy day of classes, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of a reading check-in. Yesterday, I can't remember where I left off with my last check-in, but with the Night Circus, I'm nearing the end, so a lot of things are starting to kick off with the competition and it's starting to take forth like center stage. And it's just heartbreaking to see like how Celia and Marco are kind of bonded and forced to follow around the circus and the competition despite their growing feelings for each other. But there's like no escape from the circus. I hope there is. I hope there's a happy ending in here and somewhere they find a way. But right now they're just caught in the competition and there's no escape. It's also kind of heartbreaking for the kind of conspirators and the other performers as well, because they know or they have a feeling that something else is going on with this circus and they're not able to do anything. Well, with what's going on, they just kind of go about their days and just continue life as normal as it can be, even though they have like feelings that there's stuff other going on. And some of the other kind of characters, they're impacted, and it's just sad to see like the changes that they've went through because of this competition. And I don't know, like I like the competition in general, like the people that put these together, like Celia's father and then Marco's kind of instructor, they've been doing this for a while, and they just basically put magicians, they train them and then they put them to death. And it's pretty messed up, and it's now starting to affect a lot of other people, and it's just sad to see that. But it's just also like there's a lot of found family, I would say, in some chapters with like Bailey, with the circus, and it's heartwarming to see that. I'm interested to see how he will play a role in this final couple 200 pages or so. I have a feeling that he's just going to be the key to unlock it all. But I'm nearing the end, and I'm hoping that there's a happy ending in it. Happy ending there at the end, but that's where I'm at with the Night Circus. I'm still loving it. It makes me want to reread the Starless Sea. I don't know what about it, like just the writing and just, I feel like I'm at the circus, and I love how the competition is showing me different tents and attractions. I just love it. I've also been reading a little bit more, or listening more to the Huntress. That's been getting more interested. I would say that right now, my favorite kind of perspective or chapters to listen to is for Nina. But right now, like with Nina, it's just explaining kind of her childhood and her past and how she might become like a pilot. That's what she really wants to do. It's just fly planes. And with Ian, it's kind of weird like hearing my name spoke and read to me through my ears. It's like weird. I'll be listening to it and then just like you'll see my name and be looking around. So that's weird. But I do. This is like the first book that I've ever read with my name that is spelled the same way, and I love it. But turns out, this isn't a spoiler or anything, but Ian and Nina have somewhat of a past together. Ian kind of helped her escape Poland, I believe, at the end of the war, and kind of gave her citizenship in the UK so that she could escape. So they kind of have a past together, and now that they're kind of working together to find the ERIN, it's I think a little bit of romance is gonna spark. I don't know though. Well, I guess we'll have to see where that goes. And it's just Ian also has like a past with the Huntress, because she murdered his brother, so he has got kind of like a vendetta, and he's trying to just this is why it's his case that he needs to do. He needs to solve. He needs to hunt Huntress down, and put her in bars, behind bars. But that is kind of the reading check-in, the reading update. I need to get busy with classes. I am supposed to be in class right now, but yeah, maybe I'll go join that Zoom call. That's probably a good idea. And I just got done with all my classes. That was a blast as always, you know. So, the broken record with me. I also got to work on my story a little bit. That's been the highlight of the day. That and reading the Night Circus. Although I have something to say about that. I don't know how I feel. It took a little bit of a sad plot twist that I kind of wasn't expecting to come to one of the conspirators. And if you read it, you might know what I'm talking about. I'm about 300, almost 400 pages in. And what happened? I was broken, heart ripped in several pieces, because this person was the most innocent, and like I don't think they had a bad bone in their body. And they didn't make it out. That's all I gotta say. Wasn't too happy. was very heartbroken. And I think it's going to change Marco and Celia both as they kind of reevaluate and look at this competition, try and bust out of it. Just, yeah, they don't want it. I have a feeling they're going to say no more of this, no more of this bullshit. With the Huntress as well, I listened to that some more. I went outside because it was pretty sunny, so I went out on a walk. And I listened to that, and Nina is a little fireball. She's crazy. I like her chapters the most. She just says what she wants, and she just doesn't care at all. And I like how she's starting to, she loves to fly, and I love how she's starting to kind of fight for her right to serve the Red Army, or the Air Force, the Russian Air Force, the USSR Air Force at the outbreak of World War II as a fighter pilot. And I'm hoping that here pretty soon she gets her chance and she just goes up there and starts kicking ass like she does on the ground. She's a little fireball. But I'm gonna go make a little bit of curry, get that going, and then just read some more and relax the rest of the night. So today, other than class, was a pretty good day, so I hope you all had a good day as well. Except heartbroken from the Night Circus. Dinner is complete. We have a red lentil curry with some carnival squash in honor of the Night Circus. Just gonna put this over some brown rice and dig in.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama, I tell your papa too.
Good afternoon, my friends. I just got out of my long Friday afternoon class. And I think it's time for a reading check-in because I'm about to finish the Night Circus. I'm eager to finish it and just see how it ends. I'm hoping that it has a happy ending here in the end. Leading up to it, like, I have a feeling there's gonna be a happy ending, but just like along the way, like it hints at just there's no escape from the circus, and the circus is just, it's bound to Celia and Marco forever, as well as the other performers and everyone else, and there's gonna be no happy ending. But we all know with most stories, and in like the Starless Sea, there was a happy ending. So I'm hoping that there's one as well, and I'm hoping that it ends really well. I have a pretty good feeling that Bailey is going to play some role in it, and we'll see what he does for the circus. I don't know if he helps Celia and Marco out, or just, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But with the Huntress, it's just getting more into kind of just hunting down the ERIN, the Huntress, and just finding her. And Nina is still, like, along the way, her chapters, her perspectives, mainly in the past, just explaining how she's becoming like a fighter pilot for the Red Air Force. And she's still Fireball, because with Ian's chapters, she kind of balances out kind of Ian plays by the book, and he likes to do things kind of old-fashioned. Like, he's not about like breaking in or entering or kind of torturing people or kind of making people kind of get stuff out of them, like beating them up or anything like that. And Nina's just like, I'm gonna cut the thumbs off. So like, Nina is definitely my favorite character so far. And then Jordan, she's still trying to figure out her new stepmother, Annalisa, and trying to figure out who this mysterious woman is. She's uncovered a couple things about her, but she just feels like she's maybe just she's thinking that she's jealous of just how much happy her father is, and her father has someone else. I don't know what's going on with her, but she's just trying to uncover who this mysterious woman, her new stepmom is. But I do enjoy where it's going, especially with Nina's chapters. She's just hilarious, and I love every second that I spend in her perspective. But I have less than 50 pages left. Or actually less than 100 pages. I thought it went a little too far there with the Night Circus, so I'm gonna go sit down and read that. I have some leftover curry, so I don't have to cook. I can just go sit down and read for the rest of the day. So If I don't check in today, I will give my final thoughts on the Night Circus tomorrow. Good morning, my friends. I just got back from getting groceries. Got all the stuff necessary for Thanksgiving week. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet. I just got plenty of vegetables and stuff to just throw together. I think I'm gonna make an apple crisp though, because I've been craving one of those. But last night I finished the Night Circus and I did enjoy the ending. I liked how ERIN Morgenstern kind of wrapped up with the circus, that whole element, but I still don't know how I feel about kind of the open ending between Celia and Marco. I was kind of hoping that maybe I'm always drawn with open endings. Like sometimes like I feel like they need to be kind of like explained more and just kind of ended, wrapped up, and then sometimes I like them. And right now I'm still debating what I like. I think I'm leaning towards more that I like the open ending, but I overall I just love the Night Circus. I loved it. Just made me feel young again. Any book that does that, it's gonna get a high rating. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars, and that was mainly because just the plot seemed a little bit slower than the Starless Sea. Kind of, it was just like a very slow burn, and then the last like 100 pages or so, 150 pages were just like go, go, go. And that's like, I think the Starless Sea is still my favorite. Like, I don't know what it is about like that books and just that hidden labyrinth in the center of the earth. I thought that was so cool. But I'm curious to see what she does next. She's been planning a book for some time, I think she was saying. And also I think they're gonna adapt the Night Circus. I think Lionsgate kind of bought rights to it or something like that. So we'll see when that comes out. Especially with like COVID and everything going on, it delayed a lot of stuff. But after finishing the Night Circus yesterday, I thought it was time to finish a series that I've come to love. And I picked up Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And I think this first 100 pages, that's about how far I am in. It's already been a ride. I mean, like, this is gonna include spoilers because like I feel like a lot of people have already read this, but I'm just way behind. But I like Hedwig and Moody already. Like, what does that mean for all the other characters? Like, I was hoping that it was gonna be a happy ending, but if we already have people dying off, especially Hedwig, like Hedwig, she was innocent. But that's what I'm kind of liking about this one. It felt like all the other ones, they kind of took a while to kind of build up steam. This one just really kind of kicked off, and I'm hoping that we get back to Hogwarts soon. And then we just start hunting down Voldemort and these Horcruxes. So that's where I'm at with Harry Potter. It's also, this cover's got a dragon on the cover. So I'm hoping that the dragons are incorporated more. I felt like in Goblet of Fire, it was only like a little glimpse. I'm hoping that in this one we get some more dragons. But I'm also curious to see how it kind of wraps up with everything. I hope there's a happy ending. We'll see, I guess. I also enjoyed like in that second chapter learning more about Dumbledore and Grindelwald and all that, because I saw the trailer for the new kind of Dumbledore-centered movie, but I haven't seen any of them. So after finishing this, I'm gonna binge all the movies. But now that I've got groceries, I need to kind of get busy with cleaning the apartment, kind of getting around for the week. I think I'm not gonna finish an assignment today. There's no way. But then I'm just gonna sit back, cook a dinner. I think I'm gonna do some tacos or something, and then just read. So that's the look for the day. Good morning, my friends. I thought I'd come on here and wrap up this vlog real quick because I will be hopping right back on and starting another one. But I've been just continuing to make my way through Harry Potter, the final book, and listening to the Huntress. They're both been very good, and you'll hear more of my thoughts in the next vlog, so be on the lookout for that soon. But also in this vlog, I read the Night Circus, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm very interested to see where ERIN Morgenstern goes in the future, but it is definitely a new favorite of mine. I still think the Starless Sea is my favorite of hers, but I'm really interested to just get into more works that have kind of the same writing style as ERIN Morgenstern. I've been looking into kind of Strange the Dreamer. That's one that I've heard that the writing is really beautiful, so maybe that's what I'll check out next. But that is going to be all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, And I look forward to seeing you in the next adventure. So if you did enjoy this, please consider liking and subscribing so you never miss out on another adventure. But it is time to leave you with a message to have a wonderful day. But also, Ellie says that adventure is out there. So I'll catch you next time. Bye.